Welcome back to Raising New Stars, and I'm your host, Zoe Love. And today I am going to be talking about integration in segregated schools. I was listening to, as an independent licensed social worker, I work with families and children. I wanted to say, and I always wanted to kind of talk about integration versus segregation in schools. Now, in the 1960s, it was a huge lawsuit that was won in order to get black children better access to a higher and better education. Now, it was twisted and warped, and politics usually does this, so we got to be very careful. Black families, my family, wanted to make sure that the buildings weren't falling down, that they could use the bathrooms, things weren't diseased, germified, kind of like the way COVID is now. Like, a lot of us aren't putting our children back in the schools because the condition of the schools are terrible, especially in the city areas where it's more predominantly black or people of color, even poor white areas. It's a mess. It's a mess, right? But, even in the rich suburb areas, they're not sending their kids to school, but it's better ventilated facilities. It's more open space. It's safer. Now, my point is, when it came to integration and segregation, it wasn't a matter of wanting our children to sit next to a white child. A white and black child will play together. We know that when you are afraid, you don't put animals, people, fish in the same bowl if they're afraid or they're scared of each other or they don't want to be together. So we force children into some dangerous situations. I don't think that was right. And if I was a parent during those times, I would not be sending my child to a integrated school. No way. Unless it was mandated. My aunt was hit with a rock going to Hyde Park schools, and the riots were like some Antifa stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was terrible, and it was all against black children. What we wanted and what we still want is money. What we want and what we still want is resources in our community. It's not about us moving to the white area. Chicago wants it. The inner cities of Chicago want it. The inner cities of Boston want it. The country areas of Alabama want it. The country areas of Tennessee, where poor people want it. We want it there. In Detroit, the inner cities, we want it. New York, the inner cities, the poor areas, we want resources, new pencils, new books, curriculums that we create ourselves, like during integration time. We want the money. We don't feel inferior. We feel less in class, but not less in character. I think it's a beautiful thing to have diversity, but I don't think that's the most important thing. Not to me. The most important thing is that each community gets what they need in order to thrive. This is Raising New Stars. And like I always say, caregivers, stay healthy and keep the babies safe. Till next time.